President Trump's Twitter account had a hell of a year. From slamming North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un as Little Rocket Man to attacking the media as fake news, the president's posts have made headlines for making unsubstantiated claims or insulting his opponents, both in 140 and 280 character bursts from his @RealDonaldTrump handle. "Should I keep the Twitter going or not?" Trump asked the crowd at his inaugural ball in January. But when a rogue Twitter employee deactivated his account for 11 minutes in November, many either wondered what happened or breathed a sigh of relief. Here's a look at Trump's 10 most impactful tweets in 2017 and what they meant. 1. Enemy of the American people. On February 17, President Trump took his attacks on the media to a whole new level by labeling prominent news organizations the enemy of the American people. In one post, which Trump quickly deleted, he mentioned the New York Times, CNN and NBC as part of the fake news media and ended it with "sick." Trump tweeted again 16 minutes later and removed "sick," only to add ABC and CBS to his post. The fake news media, failing at NITMS, at NP News, at ABC, at CBS, at CNN, is not my enemy, it is the enemy of the American people. Trump's increased level of animosity toward the media came days after the firing of his ex-national advisor, Michael Flynn, who in December pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI. 2. Trump says Obama tapped his wires. In a series of early explosive morning tweets on March 4, Trump lashed out at President Barack Obama, without citing evidence, for allegedly wiretapping him during the 2016 election, a claim that remains unfounded today. Terrible. Just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthyism. Trump tweeted. He added, "How low has President Obama gone to tap my phones during the very sacred election process? This is Nixon Watergate. Bad or sick guy." Trump suggested Obama ordered an illegal wiretap, a felony which the Justice Department had said there was no evidence to support. On March 20, then FBI Director James Comey testified before the House Intelligence Committee, "I have no information that supports those tweets. And we have looked carefully inside the FBI." 3. Covfefe. Shortly after midnight on May 31, the president tweeted, despite the constant negative press covfefe. Did he mean to type coverage? Did he fall asleep mid-tweet? Social media users had a field day, including Merriam-Webster Dictionary, trying to understand the flub. The post was retweeted more than 108,000 times before Trump deleted it by 6 a.m. Who can figure out the true meaning of covfefe? Trump wrote in his next post. Enjoy. Ex-White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer didn't provide much clarity either. The president and a small group of people know exactly what he meant, he said. 4. Transgender military ban. Trump announced via Twitter on July 26 that transgender people would not be allowed to serve in the military, reversing a policy that was approved by Obama. Terrible. Just found out that Obama had my wires tapped in Trump Tower just before the victory. Nothing found. This is McCarthyism. Trump tweeted. The president caught the Pentagon by surprise and was criticized by both Democrats and Republicans. Many LGBT advocates viewed his proposed ban as discriminatory. So far, 2 federal judges in Washington, D.C. and Maryland have blocked Trump's military ban. The Pentagon will allow transgender people to enlist in the military starting on January 1, despite Trump's opposition. 5. Confederate statues are beautiful. In the days following the deadly Charlottesville white nationalist rally, Trump tweeted on August 17 that America's culture is being ripped apart with the removal of our beautiful statues and monuments. You can't change history, but you can learn from it. Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, who's next? Washington, Jefferson. So foolish, he continued. General Lee and Stonewall Jackson were Confederate leaders who stoked fear in the South, and Trump's post suggested their statues should be appreciated. The president's remarks came after white nationalists stormed Charlottesville, Virginia, to protest the planned removal of the statue of General Lee during the Unite the Right rally on August 12. Trump called white supremacists at the demonstration very fine people. 6. Foreshadowing DACA's future. In a September 5 tweet, President Trump seemed to solidify his stance on the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals (DACA) program, which was created through an executive under the Obama administration in 2012 to shield young undocumented immigrants who came to the U.S. as children from deportation. Congress, get ready to do your job, DACA. Trump tweeted at 7:04 a.m. Hours later, Attorney General Jeff Sessions announced the Trump administration would be ending DACA, which allowed nearly 800,000 Dreamers to work legally in the U.S. Trump's decision to end the program contradicted what he previously said about the Dreamers. He told the Associated Press in April that they should rest easy because they wouldn't be targeted for deportation under his immigration policies. Now, Trump is giving Congress 6 months to come up with legislation to legalize DACA. And if lawmakers don't meet the March deadline, he says he'll take matters into his own hands, leaving the Dreamers once again in limbo. Congress now has 6 months to legalize DACA, something the Obama administration was unable to do. If they can't, I will revisit this issue, Trump tweeted that evening. 7. Little Rocket Man. The president might want to tone down his rhetoric against North Korea and its leader Kim Jong Un, which he refers to as Little Rocket Man, or else the regime will attack the U.S., North Korea's Foreign Minister Ri Yong-ho warned. The warning was in response to Trump's September 23 tweet, "Just heard Foreign Minister of North Korea speak at UN. If he echoes thoughts of Little Rocket Man, they won't be around much longer." Ri also called Trump's tweet a declaration of war. Kim also responded to Trump after his United Nations speech by calling him a mentally deranged U.S. dotard, an old person who has become weak. 8. Don't mess with San Juan Mayor Carmen Yulín Cruz. After San Juan Mayor Carmen Yulín Cruz criticized the Trump administration's Hurricane Maria relief efforts, the president wasted no time in attacking her and other Puerto Rican officials for their poor leadership. The mayor of San Juan, who was very complimentary only a few days ago, has now been told by the Democrats that "you must be nasty to Trump," he tweeted on September 30. Cruz responded quickly. "The goal is one, saving lives. This is the time to show our true colors. We cannot be distracted by anything else," the mayor tweeted. Critics blasted Trump for his slow federal response after Maria struck the island as a Category 4 storm on September 20 and left more than 3 million residents without power. The official death toll is 64, but a New York Times report says it's over 1,000. 9. Fury at the NFL. Trump's angry NFL tirade started at an Alabama rally in late September by slamming players who kneeled during the national anthem and calling for their firing. "Get that son of a b off the field right now," the president said, without mentioning ex-San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who kneeled before games last season. The feud continued the next day when Trump tweeted, "If NFL fans refuse to go to games until players stop disrespecting our flag and country, you will see change take place fast. Fire or suspend." How did NFL players respond? Dozens of them locked arms or kneeled during the national anthem on NFL Sunday. 10. Trump, or his lawyer, says he fired Flynn for being a liar. President Trump broke his silence a day after ex-National Security Advisor Michael Flynn pleaded guilty to lying to FBI about his contacts with Russian officials. "I had to fire General Flynn because he lied to the vice president and the FBI. He has pled guilty to those lies. It is a shame because his actions during the transition were lawful. There was nothing to hide," Trump tweeted on December 2. Trump suggested he knew Flynn had lied to Vice President Pence about his Russian contacts during the transition, which critics accused him of obstructing justice. They also said, if that was the case, then why did Trump ask ex-FBI Director James Comey drop his investigation into Flynn? John Dowd, Trump's lawyer, admitted the next day that he was responsible for writing the sloppy tweet.